I've been performing and writing songs since I was 12 years old, so I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. Whenever I started writing back in the day, at age 12, all the songs were kind of not really about anything in particular. They're kind of just words that worked well together, that were maybe a little, a love song or something about nobody in particular, just kind of what I thought a song was. I've learned that songwriting is kind of like any instrument. It's like playing the guitar. The more you practice it, the better you get at it, and the more comfortable you get with it. Like sometimes I can sit here and hash one out, or sometimes I work in Pro Tools and I'll start with a drum loop and kind of build it up from there. Something I'll do is if I start a song, I finish it, even if I don't like it, and that's been really interesting. And you find a lot of gold that way as well. But I guess, yeah, in short, I'm just trying to focus on writing songs that mean something to me. I just had this concept. I was out one night with a couple buddies, getting up to no good, and I had this idea floating around. And I was like, what if my mother knew what we were getting up to last night? Not that it was anything crazy, but just like, it was called If My Mother Knew. Something like that. I kind of forget. Moved into this apartment here, and we have this beautiful piano, and I've kind of been practicing my piano chops, and then this song, Learning to Love, kind of started to form, and I wouldn't ever release If My Mother Knew and Learning to Love because they're so similar, and I think that I needed to write the start of If My Mother Knew in order to write Learning to Love. And so that's kind of where the song started musically, at the piano and then with the drums from the other song.
There he is.
I love living here because you can't really go anywhere without running into somebody you know. And you always find somebody to chat with and catch up with, and it just feels like home no matter where you are. I was at a cottage last summer and was in this field of lupins, and I never really appreciated lupins for what they were, but at this moment we were just in this big field of them, and I kind of realized that if I was to go back to the same cottage 3 weeks later, we wouldn't be able to stand in this field of lupins. A lot can change in that amount of time. A lot can change in a day. The tattoo I got about a month later. Yeah, my brother designed it, and now I've got a little reminder, a little lupin reminder. My mother had a good friend who she had just met a couple months prior to when I started writing the song, and he was a big part of her life since he came into her life, and they were good friends, and they kind of just were two people that just met and instantly clicked, and they would go see shows together. They would come out and see my shows, and he tragically passed away very suddenly, and I was kind of processing his loss and sitting at the piano, and that's kind of when it all came spiraling back. Took me back to that lupin field and took me back to that day. I sang it from top to bottom and it was done, kind of thing.
Hello. Hi. Oh, I missed you. Hi.
That is a reunion, eh? It's been a while.
It has been a while. It has been a while, hasn't it?
I've got a little niece and a little nephew now, and watching them grow up has definitely made me change my outlook.
Who's
And
that guy?
I've always thought about moving away, but now it's tougher to move away because I want to be around them as they grow up.
You can do it.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine. He kind of was having the epiphany that his parents weren't going to be around forever, and that they could be nearing the final years of their lives. And it's a really tough thing to think about, and I try not to think about it too much and just kind of enjoy what you have. It's kind of inevitable, and it's something that I do think about, especially with my grandmother.
This is the quality test.
Hello.
Hi.
Seen you 2 days in a row.
Lucky me, huh?
Oh, well, lucky me too. Come on in.
I shall.
She's getting older. She's looking great, and she still comes out to my shows. And she's got a bunch of sayings, and one of her big ones is, "No matter how bad you have it, somebody can have it worse."
There's nothing bad that can't be worse.
Nothing bad that can't be worse.
And it is the truth.
It is. What other sayings you got that you? What are some other?
Well, to prove that, I can go right back to when your grandfather died.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been worse if I had died.
Well, you were a widow with 8 kids at 38,
32.
32.
32.
My baby was 10 days old, and I had 8 babies under 6.5.
She had her house burned down.
House
when
burnt
The
down.
next- the next-
Brain aneurysm. What else? Like just one thing after the other.
Oh yeah, brain aneurysm.
She has 9 lives,
Yeah.
or 99.
No,
I'm
but
not
then
sure.
the way I look at bad things, see, the house burned down was a blessing. I moved from the country to Surrey.
All your daughters have I think all of you guys have blessed. Not all of them, but some of them.
Some of them, yeah. It's,
Oh yeah, 'cause
That's her handwriting, yeah. She
I
wrote it.
changed from lucky to blessed one day, and
Yeah.
those guys kind of picked up on it.
Why'd you change? Why did you start to say blessed instead?
Because I guess I never thought of it before, but I mean, I really am blessed. You just don't get lucky. You're blessed because you're given so much.
She's kind of always ingrained that there's so much to be grateful for, and it just took me a while to really learn how to say it in my own words. And so this was finally time for me to do it.
I'm falling out of touch with the ones I love, and it's bringing me down. It's kind of bringing me down, and there's nothing I can do. Just gotta try a little harder. I'm crawling out of bed with a pounding head, and it's bringing me down. God, I feel like a clown, and there's nothing I can do. Just gotta try a little harder. I'm learning to love what I have. I'm learning to love what I have. I have more than I'll ever need. Sometimes that's tough to see. So I'm learning to love what I have. I'm bawling, tears from my eyes. I'm not a sensitive guy, but it's bringing me down. The fact that you're not around anymore, and there's nothing I can do. Just keep learning to love what I have. Just learning to love life changes so quick. People die, some get sick, and so I'm learning to love what I have. Where does all the time go, slipping through my fingers again? Where does all the time go, it's slipping through my fingers again? Where does all the time go? It's slipping through my fingers again. And I'm learning to love what I have. I'm learning to love what I have. I'm learning to